Welcome, everybody, here to the Reservation Roundup here live at Quebedeaux here in Pineville, Louisiana. This is a 446 Sports production of Tioga Indians football here. This is Coach Dan Christman's Reservation Roundup. We do this every Thursday night here. Thanks to Quebedeaux for always supporting Tioga football here and letting us do our show here every week. I am Billy French, alongside our producer, of course, Shane Henry behind the counter. Over on the other side of the camera, of course, my partner, as always, every week, Coach Thomas Scully. And, of course, on Thursday nights, the man, the myth, the legend, Coach Dan Christman. Thank you for taking a little bit of time and coming out and talking with us, Coach.
Oh, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate it very much. We're going to get talking a little bit tonight about last week's game against Peabody. Then we'll go a little bit later on. We'll talk about next week's game against Grant, and then, of course, some other things going on. Big week for you here. Again, home game at the reservation tomorrow night. It is senior night at Tioga High School. Always one of my favorite nights of the year. Just how special it is for me when I was a dad of a senior, getting out there to throw the football around and to have the that type of an experience. I know that's something that you guys look forward to every year.
Oh, it's real nice to see the dads go out there and toss the ball around with their kids, and it is a special night. It's appreciation of our seniors and all that they've done for the program.
And you got a heck of a senior class this year. So again, we were talking a little off air, Coach Scully and I was mentioning, it's like, man, this year has just snapped by so quick. Just the how fast everything went. We're already, we're 7-1 going on week 9 now. And, man, what a senior season so far for your Tioga Indians.
Well, I can only praise the senior group and leadership that we have on the team. They've done an outstanding job. And then the coaches, you don't get no better staff than that we got in Tioga. I really believe that quality people. They do a fantastic job, and they're a little goofy at times, but that's coaches.
Well, you want to have that, especially, as many big games as you guys have played this year, and, every week it seems like the opponent is just as equal to the opponent the week before, so there's no let-up in y'all's schedule. So you got to, keep them on task to do that, and it seems like they've been able to do that here so far.
With Huddle and what we got now, we can watch film 24/7 if you want, but they do a fantastic job of prepping, getting ready for the opponents that we're going to face that next week, the following week. So it has been a fast season, and it's just been fun watching the kids grow and develop. And we have a young team. I said that in August, and the truth is we have 10 seniors, but there are 10 special seniors, and they're not only special athletically, they're just good guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's gone by so fast. I mean, and if you tell me at the beginning of the season, hey, this is where we're going to be week 9 going into senior night, I'd take that in a heartbeat. Again, the only loss we've had this year, week 1, Sterlington Panthers team, and I swear by it, I say it every week. If we were playing them this week, we would. I honestly believe that we would win that ball game. Had the lead, late in that ball game, of course, and it slipped away. But reeling off 7 straight wins after that, the resolve by these young men, it has been fun to watch both on the offensive side, on the defensive side, and man, has special teams been lights out this year. I know Coach Trip Prestridge has got to be excited the way his special teams is playing.
I think all 3 phases have done a good job all year long, and we're getting better, and that's what we're striving to do. And the good thing about this time of year is, we can back off the number of minutes we're out there because, they know what they're doing now. They got a good idea, but we still do our endo. We do our little things to get better, so it's going good. And, yes, Tripp has done a fantastic job.
Well, you think about, we talk about fast, and you talk about that offense, Coach. Offense has almost 6,000 yards of total offense this year. Coach Landry and that group, and you've talked about them, how well they do, but just the targets and the guys you have on that offensive side. Just tell us a little bit about those guys and, what they've been able to do for you guys.
Well, right now, I'll give you an example. When we were playing Peabody, they put 7 in the box. They played man on Curvin with a safety over top, so they're basically playing 2-on-1, where they're playing 1-on-1 to the outside to their guys. And then you have kids each week step up. They're playing man, but they're man 1-on-1.
Right.
So, well, Tarver Landry's made some big plays for us. Christian Isles has made some, and Angelo Shelton's made some good catches, and they have to do that because he's getting double teamed over there. And then in the run game, we incorporated, that this is what they're doing. Well, they can't account for the quarterback, and then Case had two touchdowns. Touchdown runs. So, they do a great job of seeing what the defense is giving you and then attacking it.
And what I've saw from Coach Landry is he's not afraid to do whatever he needs to get done that night. I know maybe game plans might be different, but we've been able to spread the ball so well. The passing game has been lights out these last couple of weeks. Going into that Peabody game, we have 6 rushing touchdowns. Of course, Kenny has 4, Case has 2. And we were able to run the ball so effectively. And like you said, though, they might have been putting a stop a little bit to Kenny, even though he did have 4 touchdown runs. Case was opening up, and he'd roll out and then tuck it and go. And incorporating Curvin into the running game, too, has been very, very beneficial for you guys.
Well, it has. But, we say they stopped him. I think Kenny had 155 yards in the game. and so, they were able to, slow us down some. But, again, it was 42 at half.
Yeah.
So, the kids have done a fantastic job. They really have, and I'm very proud of them. And I would be remiss if I don't mention the offensive line, coached by Brumfield and Zach. Coach Book is one of the best in the area at that. And so they do a great job. They really do. But I've been proud of the defense the last few weeks. They're not giving a lot of points up, and we had a little sophomore in there when they ran that little out and up rail route.
Yeah,
I wasn't a happy camper because we worked that one. He got it that night on that
yeah,
one.
He did.
But I'm just I'm pleased with where we're at right now, but we're still striving to get better.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I was telling Billy, I said, Coach, we're up by so many points, but Coach is still out there coaching them up. And you can tell when we gave up that touchdown, you wasn't happy. And it was like, look, you could, just a teachable moment. But that's the beauty of what you guys have done all year. You continue to teach, you continue to coach, even though, the score's been lopsided. You're preparing them for what the next phase is after the season. That's the playoffs, and you're trying to get, you're never finished coaching.
No, you're not. He took his eyes off of what he was supposed to be really looking at, and I tell him all the time, your eyes are going to tell you what's going on, and he wanted to look in the backfield, and that was not a good thing to do. But yeah. He's been playing well.
Sure he has.
He made one little boo-boo, and other than that, he's been playing real well.
Well, we don't want to make those mistakes, but it's okay to make them at 42-0. It's not okay, but you know what I mean. I'd rather him make it at that mistake right there, up 42-0, than to in a tight ball game. Kenny again had 4 touchdown runs. Case had 2. Jackson Tarver had 1 come in late into the game and scored. Of course, so that gave it. Kenny Ponche was our 446 Sports Player of the game this week here, and well deserved. That young man had himself a night. Our Express Employment Professional goes back to that offensive line you were talking about. We saw early on in that ball game some of the holes that offensive line was making. Maxwell Byard had himself a night. We saw a couple of pancakes by him early on in the ball game, and like you said, that offensive line. It's so they're a humble group because they don't get a lot of recognition unless they do something wrong. But man, they have been lights out all season long for your entire offense.
They get very little recognition, but we can go nowhere without them. And it starts, with Tucker Landry, playing. He's the center, and he's the 4-year starter on the offensive line. And to be honest with y'all, the rest of them they're all new kids.
Yep.
And Maxwell has done a fantastic job. The senior never started a game. And he took to the coaching, and he's doing a good job. And Mario and LeBord, and then
Roy,
Sure,
yeah.
Narada Roy. I mean, he's a sophomore, and the board's a sophomore, and it's just, you know, the kids, you know, they buy in, and Coach Book is passionate about offensive line play. He really is.
He doesn't come off that way, Coach.
I think he's just passionate. Period.
Yeah, I've never seen him get excited at all, Coach.
He you know, I love him, man. You know, it's hard to find good offensive line coaches, and we're very fortunate to have really two. We got two working with the offensive line, and they coach them up. They really do.
Well, all I know is that on Saturdays when I'm doing my Red River Youth football and I'm on the mic over there, their Coach Book and Coach Mooter's kids play in that league.
Yeah.
And they sit off in the corner, way away from everybody with their wives, and I've never heard them say a word. But, boy, when that high school kicks, buddy, I'm telling you, it's like two different – it's wild, man. I love it. I love the passion. We get excited every week just to see what they're going to say and what they're going to do.
Well, I'm glad I'm not up there with them.
You didn't get to experience that last few years. It was fun, I ain't going to lie.
It's I'm sure there's some great conversations going on up there, but, you know, at the end of the day – they do a fantastic job. They really do. And they can, with the technology, they got those iPads. They can see exactly what's going on, make the corrections, and it's just, they do a good job.
Well, also we had the Southern Air cool play of the game, and we had a lot to choose from that night. There's a lot of scoring going on here, but that kickoff and tackle made by Ethan Bridges, where he took that young man off his feet into the out of bounds. My God, it was so exciting to watch. It was fun, and then, boy, he came off there like he just knocked out Mike Tyson, buddy. He was he had that swagger going there on the sideline. Everybody giving him high five, and it's, you know, that kind of motivates you, even though the score was kind of out of hand almost by that time. Boy, that whole sideline enjoyed that hit.
He did a good job. I wasn't real crazy about the coverage now, but, you know, for him to be in that position. But you know what? He's not a bad athlete. And he plays on the soccer team. He runs on the track team. He's a hurdler. So I can tell you this. He's plenty good athlete enough to go over and do that, and he did it. And so I'm proud of him. He did a good job.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. He leaves his feet.
Yeah.
He's the last one. It's like, hey, I'm not even worried about it. If I don't hit him, then he's going to score. So he just said, well, let me just take him out. He did. We just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was awesome. I went back and watched it multiple times, and it was such a good experience here. And, of course, yeah, like you said, you don't want your kicker to have to make those tackles, but it's nice that I've seen him play a little bit in his younger days. I've seen him play like some safety or linebacker on the defensive side of the JV. So, yeah, definitely the young man knows he can play.
Yeah, he does a good job for us kicking. And like kickers, I look around and he's down there and it looks like he's trying to play golf or something with the ball. But so I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. But he does, he beats to a different rhythm than everybody else. So, but he did a fantastic job. He's the safety. He's one of the safeties on that. And he did a fantastic job.
Well, we nicknamed him Legatron during the broadcast.
Sure did.
And when I said that, it just popped into my head. Within 5 minutes, we had probably 40 on the chat. Everybody saying, yes, Legatron. So I think whether Ethan wants it or not, he's probably going to be Legatron for the next 2 years. But again, big win, 49-6 over Peabody at Peabody's homecoming. Man, it was a great atmosphere. We got to, like I said, we called them, and they didn't have any room in the actual press box for us. They told us we could get on top, but I wanted to be in the stands. I try to do that at least maybe once a year if possible, and we had a blast. I mean, the camera wasn't the best angle on coming down on the field for us to find yardages and such, but man, just to be around that Tioga faithful, they were happy. They were lucky. Everybody was in a good mood. Nobody brought me a turkey leg, Coach. Not one person. I even said it on the air, and nobody brought me nothing. But we had a blast, and I know Coach got the experience getting to see that Tioga family.
Oh, yeah. The sideline, I mean, we had more people. We brought more people. The community filled the house on our sideline, and that's what was so impressive. And but the whole entire game they were cheering, and it didn't matter how far ahead we were. They were into the game. The craziest thing, we had about a 6-foot radius. Nobody wanted to sit by us. I guess they were afraid that they would get on the radio, but nobody wanted to sit around by us. But I mean, from to the left, as far as you could see, to the band, and to the right, just a great turnout, by the community of Tioga. It was unbelievable.
They're very supportive. They have been since I've been there. As an assistant, they've been supported. So, they support the program. They do a fantastic job. And I don't know who it is, but somebody up in that stands yell, wave. And
we saw that.
I went, my gosh, what are they doing? I see a wave going on up there.
I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. I think it was Hayden Laborde's dad, I think, starting that. Is it Hayden Laborde? Okay. I wasn't
Shane's
sure.
saying yes.
Yes, and they're leading that up too, buddy. They're doing it every time.
Oh, man. I don't know why I even paid attention to it, but I had my headset off and I looked and I heard wave when they started waving. I said, man.
Yeah, we had a blast there in the stands. Of course, they're very hospitable over there at Peabody. Of course, Coach Washington over there, former teammate with my son at Southern, so I've got to know him over the last 6-7 years. Not a very tall fella, but man, was he an athlete. Heck of a running back at Southern, first team all SWAC, and he's building something over there that's going to get them going here. Only bad thing about it is they're moving up to 5A next year because of the enrollment, and they're probably, we don't know for sure, but probably going to get thrown into that gauntlet that is West Monroe, Ruston, Ash, and all that. Maybe.
I believe that's what's going to happen because Neville actually moved down.
Yeah.
And so that's a natural plug for them to do it. But they got some good athletes over there.
Sir.
Yeah.
They really do. I was very impressed with a few of their kids. I thought they played hard for 4 quarters, and they did a good job. They really did.
Yeah, they're young. Quarterback's only a sophomore.
Yep.
And a couple of the receivers were only sophomores, so they and they've got crazy speed. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
How and they play both ways, kind of similar to what we do here. They Coach Washington wants to win. He put all as many kids on both sides of that field as he could, and kickoff return. They similar to what you guys do. So it was great. They've got a ways to go, but it was definitely hospitable, and we had a great time. It was awesome.
And it's easy to lay down after trailing 42-0 at half. I mean, and with the festivities going on, you got homecoming the next day. It's easy to just say, let's roll out. But they came out there still doing everything that they could to try to get some points on the board. Made that touchdown, of course. But again, Peabody looking up, very, very proud of that organization. But our guys, before we take a break, and we'll come back and we'll talk about Grant, but as focusing still on the Peabody game last week, your defensive line, right off the bat, it's the Javion champion, and he's here tonight. My goodness. I mean, what a great choice. I don't know who made the decision to move him from linebacker to defensive end, but wow, the dude is literally there waiting on the running back to get the ball to hand it off. He's waiting to hit.
He's been playing lights out, doing a great job squeezing, and that would be, Hunter Thompson has done a super job with the D-line, and I can't say enough about the front. I mean, our front's been playing really well. When you play the Sterlingtons and you play the West Washita that lines up in that eye and runs that veer, you better be sound in technique. And I'm looking at AJ. I mean, just they've done a real good job. They've been coachable and they've done a good job. And Jack Tarver and David Garrett coming down in force. I think David Garrett had 2 caused fumbles
yes,
in
he
the
did.
game.
A lot of pass breakups, too, yeah.
He's getting better, and he's a sophomore, and he's getting better, and Jack's a junior. So, the future's bright. We got to replace some good quality guys, but, man, our D-line is playing really well, and they just get after you. They play hard, and that's all we can ask as coaches. Play sound, but play your butt off, and they've been doing that.
Well, Wesley Sherman on that defensive end on the other side is Javion, of course. Chase Thomas has been lights out at that nose tackle. Man, you ain't going to run the ball up the gut with him and AJ right there on the man. It's just, I'm telling you, and then, just being able to move in some of the younger guys. The other Thomas, when he comes into the ball game, he's making plays, and Fogelman's, all of them making play. And, man, that defensive line is going to be especially for this week's game, which we'll talk about here in a little bit as well. They're going to have themselves a night. And then you got Cohen Henry in that linebacker spot. He's the one that's getting down and dirty, having to do the low blow, bottom of the pile almost every time to get that tackle with a little help. And yes, sir, your defense has been lights out, and I know that Coach Mooter's got to be proud.
He is. We talk about it every week. Cohen's the captain. He's the leader that gets them in where, we want them to line up. And he has to recognize the fronts and offensive formations and what they're doing. And he'll come over and say, hey, they're doing this, and then boom, boom. And it's just, it's just been a joy to watch them and how they develop. And they get after your butt.
Yes, sir.
They will get after you, and there's no doubt about it. And I know Coach Mooter and his staff has to be very proud.
And Cohen Henry, he's really stepped up his game in the return game. That ball just finds him every time, doesn't it?
Hey, we probably need to be putting him in the back so he can return that thing. But
I told it last week on the air. I was like, after the game, I was like, I'm really, really disappointed in Cohen Henry tonight. He didn't have a punt return for a touchdown. He's got to step up his game. But yeah, your captain definitely leads the way, man.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job all year. He's a good leader. He's been leading that defense, and we're going to need it. We're going to need it going forward.
Yep.
So we're going to take a break here. We're live at Quebedeaux. This is the Reservation Roundup here with Coach Dan Christman of your Tioga Indians. It's 446 Sports. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about Grant and this matchup here tomorrow night on senior night on 446 Sports. We'll be right back.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local convenience stores, where friendly faces, cold drinks, hot snacks, and everything you need are just around the corner. For a quick stop before the big game, your hometown convenience stores are always ready, always here for you. Swing by today, and remember, support local, shop local. Highway 2080 Chevron, King Stop, Fuel Plus, Ball Chevron, and Cougar Stop. At Woodman Life, we believe in standing strong for our communities because together we can build a brighter future. From supporting local schools with resources and scholarships to sponsoring programs that give children the tools they need to succeed, Woodman Life is proud to invest in the next generation. Our members live, work, and serve right here in your hometown, volunteering and making a difference where it matters most. When you see Woodman Life, you see neighbors helping neighbors and a promise to keep giving back. Woodman Life, standing strong for community, standing strong for you.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
ugh, come on.
Seriously? This is so extra.
but what you could say is,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Here's an important message for everyone in Central Louisiana experiencing changes in their vision. If you've met this year's Medicare deductible and are experiencing vision changes due to cataracts, then right now is the best and most affordable time to schedule your procedure with the cataract team at Wallace Eye Associates. A new year means a new deductible, so when it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we are live at Quebedeaux for the Reservation Roundup, the Dan Christman Show here every Thursday night here at Quebedeaux in Pineville. Again, this is a 446 Sports production of Tioga Indian football all season long here, Coach. Again, thanks to Quebedeaux for allowing us to come in here and do our show every Thursday night. We are excited. We get some good onion rings, some chicken cracklings. It's steak night. They have Tioga Wings. They got the whole thing here going on. We were talking off air as well. Like tonight's a big trick or treat, getting ready for tomorrow night being Halloween night. Tioga's hosting doing their trunk or treat, right?
Right.
And of course, other schools are doing the same thing. And then there's a ball doing their boo walk and all that kind of stuff. So thank you to those that come out to eat some good food. We're going to talk here a little bit later on in the show. Coach Thompson's going to come on with us here. We're going to talk a little defensive line, meet some of the guys on the defensive line. But we shifted gears from last week. It was Peabody's homecoming. This week it's our homecoming. Not homecoming, senior night. Our senior night here, and got a great group of seniors. Of course, that 10 seniors that you're going to have here, and make sure you tune in. We will all air it a little earlier than we normally do, so you get to see all the seniors going. Of course, our producer, Mr. Shane Henry, he gets to go out there and throw with Cohen. I want to make sure he catches every ball, too. You're going to be on camera, buddy. We're watching, so make sure you don't mess up. But shifting gears over to the Grant team. Of course, Grant Cougars right there out of Dry Prong area. We play them every year. They're very close to us, in proximity. going to be running the ball. They got a running back over there that carries a whole lot. That's pretty much their entire offense that they do. And if you can, without giving anything, we don't want to give anything away. But what kind of what are we looking at there over there? What kind of offense do they run?
It's really a spread type of offense. What you call fast and wide. And they do a real good job getting him the ball in space. And he's a 400-meter runner. And so I saw him run it. And he is fast. And they do a good job. You know, they spread you out, and they make you have to cover space. So it's going to be a difficult task to keep them in front of you.
Yeah, Coach, we were looking at some scores, before we came on the air, and, they scored 35 points against Franklin Parish, even though Franklin Parish scored double that on them. But, I mean, we talked a little bit about they were in the game, against Franklin Parish in that first half. So tell us a little bit about, you know more because you've been able to watch some film on them. I mean, besides the running back, I know the quarterback. I mean,
the quarterback, he runs the ball really well. He throws pretty good. And they have one is the running back. 10 is like their H-back. And then another kid who's a number I can't remember, 2, I think it is. They make you tackle in space. And if you miss a tackle, they got enough speed to make it. And so they moving the ball pretty good offensively, and they're putting points on some real good teams. So it's going to be a challenge defensively and offensively. They run it looks like a 3-4 type of defense, but they're aggressive and they get after you. And they have some of those kids that play on both sides, like all of us. It's just. I guess it's a rivalry, and so when you have a rivalry type game, anything can happen. So you got to be ready to play.
Yep,
absolutely. They come into this ball game 3-5 record, 0-3 in district. Of course, on the flip side, we are 3-0 in district here with a 7-1 record, and they lose to Buckeye, which is a non-district game for them. Darbon Woods, they lose to them. They beat Vidalia, beat Bolton Academy, which and then of course they lose to the Peabody team we just played last week. They lost 41-54. Lose to Wassman, and then they lose, like Coach said, 77-35 against Franklin Parish. But the fact that they scored 35 on Franklin Parish shows to them that run. And I think week 1, I believe it was against Montgomery or Buckeye. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Montgomery. The running back had 6 or 7, a bunch of touchdowns. That free
player of the week
type of deal. So he's got the capabilities to run, but. That defense led by Coach Mooter and that defensive line by Coach Thompson right now, they're playing on such a high, on right now they're dominating that defensive line, especially that front. They're going to have themselves a night. I know that these guys that we're going to talk to here in a little while are chomping at the bit to see that running back come right towards them.
Well, with a kid like that, you can stop him 2 or 3 times and then he just crease it one time. So you're going to have to, you're going to have to eat the blocks up, and your linebackers got to fill the gaps right, and your safeties have to come down and do a good job tackling. And then what they get you is on the play action, and then they play action and try to get you over the top. So, we got to trust our eyes. We got to play good fundamental football. And I believe Coach Mooder and them have got them honed in on what they need to do. But it's going to be a challenge because this is probably the fastest kid we've seen all year. So it will be a challenge.
Well, and, the thing that I've loved and, being able to visit with Coach Mooder every week. And, after the game, he'll tell me, we were focused on this and, we tried to get this done. So there's no doubt he's either one or two things. He's going to either – depending on who's doing what, you got to stop what the biggest threat is. If it's the run, try to slow it down. If it's the pass, try to slow it down. But the fact that our defense has done such a great job of bending but not breaking, let them drag us down the field, but we're not going to give up those points. And boy, when our offense gets back on the field, it doesn't matter where they're getting the ball at. We could get on our own one. We're gonna go 99 yards. We're gonna figure it out. So we never had bad field position, even though we might be on the wrong side of the field. But he has been able to do that, and I think that's for the team and for that, our offense, it's got to give our offense confidence to know, hey, let's put that defense out there. We know they're gonna eventually make that stop.
Well, they're working well together right now. They really are. Defense gets a turnover and we stick it in the end zone, and so they're working real well together. It's just been, it's hard to explain to people, just the growth of them. It's just been really good to watch. And they just complementary, I guess is the word I'm trying to look for, if I can say it, each other really well. And so, I've been pleased. It's just a special group of kids.
Well, you've had guys step up on that defensive side. That you had Cohen one week, and then you turn around and then Jackson Tarver has himself a night. And then last week, a couple of plays, Mohamed Abdelhadi gets in there and he makes some really big plays. Right. And then of course Tucker does a really good job when he comes in. But that defensive front has been led this all year, and this kind of leads to our next segment. But we'll keep going. So Javion Champion has been an absolute, and I'll say it, champion on that defensive end spot. Moving him from linebacker down to defensive end has made a tremendous impact on the defense, because you have him coming on one D end side. You got Wesley Sherman on the other side, and then you got AJ and Chase right up the gut here. And ain't nobody going to be able to run on that kind of speed to the outside. So Javion's in the running back's pocket before he even gets the ball half the time. The only thing he does, he gets there too quick sometimes, and the running back can get around just because he's already back. The speed he has off of that end here, it's got to be fun to watch tape with you on these guys.
Well, Champ I'm really proud of the fact that he came through for us. If y'all remember, the Landry boy hurt himself, and so he was out for a time. And so we slid him in, and we normally play him over the tight end, the best tackle, and Champ's is killing it. I mean, he's killing it. He plays with effort. He loves sacks. Let me tell you that right now. He loves sacks. So, and because of that effort and everything, they got a lot of schools looking at him.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm very happy for him. He's done a good job. But AJ Adams, Chase, you can just Wesley Sherman. They play really, really hard. They really do.
Well, when you have 7 guys on the front that you can plug in at any time, and I remember, earlier in the year, Coach Muter made the comment, next man up, everybody's going to get a shot. It's what they do when they get that shot. And, you look at Joe Rose, you look at Fall, you look at all those guys that have come in, and Trayshawn Fisher this past week when Garrett, and I mean, it's been a plug and play. And I mean, even though Karlinski went down, you forget about how well he was playing when he went down. I mean, it's just so many guys that have contributed on this defensive side all year long, and it's like, it's unbelievable how prepared in the job that you guys have done to be able to have that many guys on the defensive side just be able to step up and just not miss a beat.
Well, yes, that goes back to the coaches. From August on, they've been teaching fundamentals. Terry Fogelman comes in and he makes great plays for us. So, at the end of it, everybo's on the same page, and we kind of keep it simple at times, but you know what? They play hard and they get after you, and that's the name of the game.
Well, you got, like we said so many times, AJ's just set the tone here the last few years here at Tioga. Him swapping over numbers at the beginning of the year, getting to play a little bit on the offensive side. Of course, Wesley Sherman's done a great job on the D end. Chase Thomas, man, I'm telling you, I've been so impressed with him. Not only does he have the biggest fan on our YouTube chat, of course, Roderick Thomas, my buddy Roderick, family member of Chase there. He's into that chat. I think it was last week, or it might have been the week before, they had somebody from the opposing team get into the chat and say go, like, it might have been Waspin or something. And boy, he wasn't gonna let that happen on our chat. He said, but him coming in there, and then just the power that you have on that defensive front. So we bragged on the offensive line, and rightfully so. But this defensive line, man, it's been so good on getting pressure getting there, whether, they can't throw the ball because they don't have time. There's no way from the edge rush or the up the middle.
Well, I tell you what, the two tackles that we play, they eat blocks up. They eat them up, and people don't realize how physically strong those two guys are, and they do a great job. And I guess the defense is designed so that Mike linebacker can be free to do what he needs to do, and that's when I talk about how every little thing works together. And it's just been, the coaches are doing a good job, but those kids play with their hair on fire, and that's what I like. Their hair's on fire, and they getting after you. Now, there's times I got to cool them down a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm so proud of them.
Well, and, I think going back to the Gina game, and, we talked about how good Gina's running backs were, and just did a phenomenal job of getting in that bare front, that 5-man front, and we just worked that line over. And Gina has a very good offense, and everybody knows how good Gina's offense is, but to be able to, our guys to do what they did to Gina, it was just unbelievable, because you don't see Gina go backwards very often when they snap the ball. And those guys did, and our guys did a great job of containing those two big running backs who were both over 200 pounds. And our guys didn't miss a beat, but to have those many guys going in there, one after another, and just next guy up, next guy's making a play. It's almost like they're challenging each other. How many are you going to get this week? How many are you going to get? I can just hear those stories going on in that locker room.
What I really love about them is if somebody messes up or does whatever, they're encouraging them. Hey, come on, you can do it, and you can do it, and let's get them this time. And they're a unit, and Coach Mooter and the defensive staff do a fantastic job getting that unit in the right direction.
Well, on offense, when we're hit at contact, we fall forward, and Kenny's done a great job of all that year. I fall forward, but with our defensive line, when they hit the running back on the opposing team, that running back falls backwards. Yep. And that just goes to the power of this defensive front and linebackers that come in. Again, like you said it a little while ago, Coach, not only is Cohen Henry that captain, but Bryson Fall gets in there and he lays them. He hits hard as well. And then, Tucker goes in there and he starts making big plays. That mentality, like you said, Coach, of next man up has really been nice to watch. It's fun. My son was a defensive lineman, so I find myself sometimes, and I gotta get out of that habit, as I'll block everything else out, and I'm just watching that end rush. I think that's why I'm probably so passionate about getting to see Sajavian and Wesley Sherman on the ends over there. But man, it's just the pressure that they have. It's fun to watch, and it helps open up everything else, especially when you got lockdown cornerbacks that we've done. And then Kirby goes in here and steps foot on and finds their number one guy, and he doesn't play 5 yards back. He gets right in his face right off the bat, and that's some confidence that you have on that defense.
Well, I'm sure he's saying a few things while he's sitting up there, but no. But Champ, he's over 6 foot. He's over around 225, and people don't know how strong he is. And he has a good get-off. And when he gets off, wow. And Wesley Sherman's getting better every snap of the game. And when one of them gets tired or whatever, we bring Tarver Landry in. He's a motor.
Yeah, he
is a motor. So,
you got talent, Coach.
We got a little gas out there. And we've been fortunate that it's come together this season.
Well, I know Jalen, my son, has looked at Champ from Grambling. He, of course, when he coached here a couple of years ago, he talked very, very high of Javion the whole time. He said that's his dog is what he calls him. But so I know. Hopefully, I get to maybe see him in a Grambling Tiger uniform because that's me right here. There's a little partial going on. So if you need some gear, buddy, you just let me know. We got some for you. So again, it's so much fun to watch this team, the defense, and it's we've hyped up for over scoring 50 points a game. You hype up your offense, but man, these last 5 or 6 games, Coach. This defense has been lights out, and I know it's got to be fun for you as a head coach to be able to see how balanced both your offense and defense are.
On offense, we look for balance, and I think it's 225 rushing, 227 passing overall.
Pretty balanced.
Okay, and when you look at your team, and there's not a weakness, not one unit is weak. You know, it is fun to watch.
It
to
is.
answer your question, and we just got to realize how we got here, keep working, still doing the little things, not worry about certain scoreboards and all that, just worry about the next play, and we'll be okay.
And we've seen that. You know, we talk about that all the time. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. Your guys are locked in. You know, for homecoming week, we talked to Cohen and Ponche, Kenny, and they were just focused on that game. You know, let everybody else focus on the homecoming. We're focused on that game. That was another revenge game. And, you know, I said it last week. You guys are on this revenge tour, and your guys on that team have taken that to heart, and they really have. Anybody that beat you guys last year, boy, they got a little extra fuel each week, and it's like they must have something in that locker room circled around their name, or they remember something that happened last year, because there is no mercy on Friday night or Thursday. Whenever we play that opponent that beat us last year, there's no mercy on those guys, and they just flip that switch, and like you said, it's unbelievable.
I tell them all the time, when in August when they released that top 10 of teams in the area, Tioga might have been on page 5 somewhere.
Yep.
And I said, well, look, they don't even respect you.
Yep.
You know, so you know, it kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you.
I completely agree.
And so when I look at something like that, you know, I know how hard these kids work during the summer.
Right.
And so I said, okay. And then, you know, everybody was upset about the Sturgeon game, but, you know, I knew the effort that we put forth, that if we just correct some stuff and let it move forward, and here we are. So, you know, to me, it's about respect. And I tell them all the time, you got to earn their respect. And so when you go out there and play hard and do what you're supposed to do, then we'll be okay. Win or lose, if you play hard and you do what you got to do, I can live with that.
Well, Coach, you have absolutely changed the culture around here, and the expectations are district championship is what we're wanting, and then deep playoff run, and let's go to the Dome. But you have definitely the whole atmosphere has changed again. Like you said, 10 seniors this year, and the mindset is, hey, you know, we're the team to watch around here, and I'm glad y'all took that personal, because I know I did. You know, when I saw the same rankings that you saw, of course, other schools that we've beaten now that were higher rated than we are. So appreciate all that you do. I know your mind's set on Grant here, ready to get that tomorrow night. So what we'll do is we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with Coach Thompson and the D-line, and then we'll wrap it up things here. We're live at Quebedeaux. This is the Reservation Roundup on 446 Sports. We'll be right back.
At Alexandria Solutions, we believe every strong community starts with healthy minds and healthy families. That's why we're proud to stand alongside Tioga High School as a corporate sponsor. We're here to support the Tioga Indians from the classroom to the playing field, because when students succeed, our whole community thrives. At Alexandria Solutions, we provide compassionate care for mental health and addiction. No referral is needed to make an appointment, and we accept most insurances, because getting help should be simple. Alexandria Solutions, proud to support the Tioga Indians and proud to serve our community. Go Indians! Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local convenience stores, where friendly faces, cold drinks, hot snacks, and everything you need are just around the corner. For a quick stop before the big game, your hometown convenience stores are always ready, always here for you. Swing by today, and remember, support local, shop local. Highway 2080 Chevron, Kingstop.
At Woodman Life, we believe in standing strong for our communities, because together we can build a brighter future. From supporting local schools with resources and scholarships to sponsoring programs that give children the tools they need to succeed, Woodman Life is proud to invest in the next generation. Our members live, work, and serve right here in your hometown, volunteering and making a difference where it matters most. When you see Woodman Life, you see neighbors helping neighbors and a promise to keep giving back. Woodman Life, standing strong for community, standing strong for you.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the Reservation Roundup here live at Quebedeaux. I am Billy French alongside our producer Shane Henry behind the camera, my partner, Coach Thomas Scully. Coach Christman's over there eating his salad, so we brought in Coach Thompson. He runs that defensive line, Coach. And Coach Thompson, we talk every year, of course, all the time. Man, you guys are an absolute beast on that defensive front. It's got to be fun coaching such a special group of guys.
It has been very, very good this year for us. I mean, I have 7 guys total that we rotate in and out. Some years I've been here, we've been lucky to have 3.
Yeah.
You know, so it's been a huge blessing to me and have 3 and 4 year starters up there. I mean, I'm going to miss them next year, that's for dang sure. And you have guys that you don't have to worry about. You know what they're going to do. They know what to do week in and week out, and we just let them play.
Well, it shows, and you got some dogs that, you know, we talk about it every night, every Friday night when we're watching the game. And, you know, our express employment professional, you know, we have to pick a lineman every week. It's getting tough because everybody's, you know, everybody does such a great job, you know, so we try to mix up best we can. But, man, some of the guys that you guys, like you said, next man up mentality that they have has been lights out. You got guys coming from the end. You got, you know, we've talked about Sajavian. We talked about Wesley. On the end, and then of course you got AJ, you got Mr. Thomas been killing it. Just well, Fogelman comes in and he makes big plays all the time. You know, it's got to be fun just to sit back and see the talent that you have, and these younger guys that are underneath them get to learn from such stud players. I mean, you got some dogs, buddy.
It's been a long time coming because, like I said, when I've had years where I ain't had nobody. I've had sophomores starting. When AJ started as a sophomore, Chase played a little bit as a sophomore. It's just been a long time coming, and we finally reaping the benefits of it.
Well, you know, what impresses me, Coach, is the guys that play on both sides of the ball, but they still come in and they contribute. What I've noticed is whoever's going to be tired or whoever needs a break, they're tapping in. You're not missing a beat with those 7 guys.
No.
And you've noticed that. And we talk about every one of those guys every Friday night, and we talk about it when Billy and I are talking about getting ready for the game. We talk about it, but just tell us a little bit about how they've been able to work together as one unit. You don't see anybody; they're all doing their job. They're all being one person, and you know you got 7 different personalities. How do you handle that, and how do they handle that as a one unit?
They've been playing together since they were little bitty, and they know what each other's got, and they know each other's strengths and weaknesses. And our defense is a gap-sound defense, and you know that. And I tell them from the get-go, you have your gap. If one person is not in their gap, then we're in a bind. And this year we have been gap-sound the entire time. The worst part about them is you can't get them to come off the field. We go on them long drives against Gina and Woe and stuff like that. You're trying to get guys out, get them fresh, and they don't want to come off the field. So it's not always a bad thing, but you got to force them off the field so we have fresh legs out there. And it's like I said, it's a huge blessing when you play teams like that to have fresh people to send out there where they just not just pounding us to death.
And you can't get off the field. And 2 games I've seen, you guys have gone to that bare front, and you still got guys coming on the field, and you're still rotating guys, and it's like, hey, just give me 2 snaps, and I'm coming right back. Or are you trying to get, like you said, you're trying to get one off the field to get one on the field, or, with Tucker and Tarver both playing on both sides of the ball, those are the guys you're trying to, and AJ does as well. But you're trying to get those guys off, and but I just, the continuity of those guys, that's what's so impressive, because, hey, you get an opportunity to play your gap and you're dominating like these guys are dominating. I mean, it's got to just be fun.
It's fun. It really is. And coming into the season this year, I mean, y'all know that last year was not our best season as far as defense-wise, and we knew that. And we had something to prove, and we preached it all summer, all spring, and our kids wanted to prove a point. And I believe they have.
Oh, there's no doubt.
And they've worked hard for it every day.
It's made it a fun year as a broadcaster to be able to call and to have so much fun. Tell us who you brought with you here tonight, Coach, and we'll let them talk. Those that want to talk, some might be a little quieter than others. I know the one sitting next to me ain't quiet. So.
Oh, no. I got A.J. Adams right here. I got Chase Thomas, JV champion, and Terry Fogelman.
So we'll go ahead. We'll start with A.J. here. He's got the mic closest to him right here. Tell us the mindset, after a tough season last year, AJ, to come back here and dominate the way you have this season here, and you got something to prove, seems like almost every week. Tell me how fun it is here to be able to have that, like Coach Scully calls it, the redemption tour all season long.
I mean, we went 4-6 last year, so, I mean, everybody's coming with a different mentality this year, and we're proving to everybody that we're not the same team from last year.
Yep, absolutely. Here, hold that close to you. Again, you guys are doing dominating. Anybody else want to talk? Listen, James, give him the mic here. There we go. Look, man, you have been lights out this year, buddy. I had so much fun watching you. We talked about it a little while ago, getting to see you come back from that linebacker split, gets to drop down to that DN. You have dominated that line of scrimmage. It's got to be fun for you to lick them chops here on hitting that quarterback. Is that right?
Yeah, it's real fun. When you talk to my linebackers, they'll tell you that it's not too fun for them because I'm always back there. And it's always just a fun little thing we got going for each other. Well, but man, it's all love.
You're doing a great job, buddy. It's so much fun to watch you. Chase, you want to say something, buddy? You good? Look, Chase, what relation? Well, I know you don't want to talk about it. We might talk out there. Roderick, that's your dad. Roderick's one of course, Roderick and Jalen, my son, were very, very close friends growing up. And so Roderick he leads our chat on that YouTube. Roderick eats it up, and I love it. He ain't letting nobody that's not a Tioga person chat on that thing. And Mr. Fogel, you want to say anything, or you good? You good? Well, we'll let the Javion and AJ here keep it going. And but man, that defense, again, we struggled, and it's not anything new. Everybody knows last year the defense struggled. But you guys have really set a whole different culture going on here. And, of course, coming into this game with 7 in a row, dominating fashion that y'all have done in here, beating really good teams. That Waspin team's really good. Of course, that Gina win earlier in the year really, really kind of put you guys to a whole nother level. And now I know the expectation is to keep going that on. Tell us what you're seeing and what you're looking forward to tomorrow night against that Grant team.
Tomorrow night, we really just want to come in and play like regular game base. We want to do what we've always done, just play a sound game, gap sound game.
Well, you got a good running back over there on that side. We'll let AJ have this one here. That running back for Grant. Again, he got a lot of touchdowns, Coach.
Yep.
But I know y'all are ready for that. Y'all are excited to kind of set that standard early on.
Oh yes, sir. Football is not a one-person sport; it's a team game, and with us, there's everybody tackling somebody. It's not just one person. So if the D-line and linebackers are going to do their job really well, I don't see them running much.
Well, there's 7 of you guys. There's only one Coach Thompson.
That's right.
How do you guys take what he gives you and turn around and put that on the field every Friday night? How have y'all been able to do that? What's he do for you guys that help you guys go like you've been going?
Coach Thompson's a great coach. He plays with us all the time. Like that sounded kind of weird, but
We didn't even go there, but let's go ahead and move on. We were talking about just cutting up with y'all, but we got it.
We know what you mean.
We got the mic in the wrong hand over there, son.
Keep going, AJ. You good?
But we know when to be serious and when to mess around.
Right.
And Coach Johnson knows that too.
Yeah. Well, good.
Well, I'm telling you, I've enjoyed watching you guys all season long. I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do tomorrow night against Grant. Big senior night for all the seniors. Again, there's 10 of y'all. I know the expectation, is high tomorrow night. We want to have a big victory like we did last week. Get to enjoy the festivities of senior night. You get to throw. I'm going to watch your dad too. Make sure he don't miss any passes. I want to see some. I want to see some good hands. Just because your son plays on the defensive side, I don't want to see. I don't care. Same with Shane. I told him I don't want to see any drop passes while he's out there. The expectations are really high for those dads. Look, I had to give a speech when I was out in there, so I don't know if Shane's going to do that or not. But again, I love that senior night. They'll do that every year. It's awesome to get to watch. These dads get to experience that little pregame routine, and it's a big night too because it's now we've been blessed. There's a possibility that it's not our last home game. We keep winning, we'll have that home playoff game. But the mindset for you guys is this could possibly be our last home game, and you got to enjoy every moment. And you guys have been on a roll here, 7 straight. Very proud of you guys, Coach. You guys have a heck of a group, and it's so much fun to broadcast, and not only just to be a broadcaster, but just to be a fan of Tioga football. On the expectations this year from last year to this year, the growth that these young men have done, it's an absolute pleasure to watch you guys coach, man.
Without a doubt, it's been a real fun one for sure, and we're planning on keeping it rolling.
Absolutely, and so that's going to do it for us tonight here. Thank you to Quebedeaux, always letting us do our reservation roundup here every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Please come out here. I know tonight was a lot of other stuff, festivities going on as far as the Halloween expectations and all that kind of stuff, but make sure every Thursday night come out here, support Quebedeaux because they support your Tioga Indian football. Come out tomorrow night, pack the house at Toomey Ingram Field here at the reservation. And while you're in the stands, I want to see a phone in your hand watching the game and then watching 446 Sports and tune in to listen to us. I'm not going to do like the Saints football with like turn up the television, turn down the radio, all that stuff. I want you watching the game and experiencing all that. You can listen to us later on here. Me and Coach Scully, we have a blast. They posted a video earlier on the week of us getting super excited while we're making calls. So we love Tioga football. I promise you through and through. We love these young men. We're proud of that how good that they've got. We love our coaches. Y'all got a little love today. I seen on y'all got voted some type of best coach something. I saw something on the internet or something about y'all. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you for that.
It might be best looking coaches. I don't know if that's it or not.
I don't know about that.
But again, thank you everybody for tuning in here to the Reservation Roundup. I am Billy French, alongside our producer Shane Henry, and of course my partner Coach Thomas Scully. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow night at the reservation. And Coach,
go Indians.
Thank you very much.